Hi, my name is Christina Asai, and I am a career coach. And at the time that I met Nancy, I was really struggling with selling. To give you an idea of how bad it was, I really had no clients coming in, and it wasn't because I didn't have people who were interested in working with me. It was because I kept getting in my own way when it came to having the sales conversation with them, the dreaded sales conversation that everybody talks about that I thought was just super sleazy and really uncomfortable. And as many times as I had taken different courses and studied on my own with regards to scripts and mindset hacks and all the different tactics to use when you're talking to somebody on a discovery call, I really just felt like I wasn't myself when I was having conversations with people. And so, because of those negative experiences, I ended up just avoiding them altogether and not inviting people to even have discovery calls because of that dreaded past traumatic experience and dread of it repeating itself again. So, when I was working with Nancy, one of the culprits that we identified for me in particular was this idea that I could read people's minds, and the idea that my assumptions were really helping me when it came to sales conversations about knowing what to anticipate so that way I could get in front of it or just avoid it altogether because it was uncomfortable. Nancy calls this my psychic, and through learning more about how my sidekick likes to come in and attempt to save me from these awful sales conversations, I learned a lot about how my mind works when it comes to having the sales conversation, and how a lot of times I end up self-sabotaging myself because out of that fear of failing or fear of sounding ridiculous or just not even knowing what to say and possibly facing objections, um, my handy sidekick would come in and try to save me. But instead, it was really getting in the way of me being able to reach the people that I really wanted to and could help. So, if you are anything like me and struggle a lot with analysis paralysis when it comes to what to say when you get on a sales call, or even the idea of having sales calls just makes you sweat and makes you just wonder why you got into this in the first place when this is not what you signed up for, and how much you wish you could just hand that off to somebody else. Well, it doesn't get better if you continue to try just doing the same things that you've been doing. So instead of wrecking your brain and trying to figure this out yourself, I highly encourage you to hop on a call and consider joining the group, because not only will you get accountability around actually putting into action the things that you will learn. Nancy does an amazing job when it comes to role play, and it doesn't feel like a silly or even not realistic situation. But you do learn to get really good at laughing at yourself, and sometimes just realizing that you're not alone in the way that you think or in the way that your fears get in your way can really feel comforting. Because let's face it, in the coaching realm, we often work alone and in isolation. And so we are stuck with ourselves and that fear mongering voice in our brains that often likes to stop us from doing anything that seems remotely scary or risky. So, with that, I encourage you to check out her program. It is well worth every minute of your time and dollar, because of not just how it will help you with your sales, but also make you so much more confident in what you stand behind and stand for. I can't even begin to tell you how much it has transformed the way that I set boundaries or even take control of conversations, not just with clients, but in life. And so I just can't thank Nancy enough for how much of an impact she has had in my life, in my business. And I just know that she will have the same impact for yours.